Okay, so today we're doing something a little different. Could do subsistence, but I thought maybe a little Space Engineers. I like to change things up a little bit every now and again. I have no idea what. It's been a while since I last played this game properly. Okay, these are the controls. Right. As you can probably tell, this is an entirely fresh save. Just started. Started it with the old school settings of rules. So you start in space with a respawn ship. There are asteroids. There are cargo ships. Obviously, there's the AI space pirates themselves as well. There are random encounters, so there are all kinds of interesting things lurking out in space. Space stations and ships and all kinds of other things. Well, actually, probably just mostly space stations, ships, but still amusing. I've gotten started as quickly as I can, basically, because at this point we've got this puny little respawn ship. We're not going to have this for very long. I don't like it. I don't like the looks of it. It's not the most efficient design ever. It's not a bad design, it's just...
Ship fuel low.
Want to get into something a bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to just sneak ourselves inside here to a nice and safe, or safe-ish.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel
and then
low.
Ideally we're going to find ourselves some uranium.
Ship fuel low.
We need to turn some stuff off. We need to conserve our uranium and fuel, so we need to turn things off. All of this stuff uses power, if you haven't played this game before. So stuff that we don't need on, we're going to turn off. The gravity generator is mostly what takes so much power. You can fiddle around with the settings quite easily and make it so that it's using less power by reducing the field that the gravity field generator is making. Smaller field means it's consuming less power. However, turning it off completely also works. Okay, so we want to look around and have our drill. Okay, we have gold, we have iron. Body location. Should probably explain that. So when you start this save, you start in space with absolutely nothing. To get a respawn ship, you kind of have to just die. Hence why there's a body over there. So I should probably chat a little about the game. The Space Engineers, it's now in beta. It's been out for a fair while, actually, a good few years now. They've added a lot of features to it. I really need to be careful. Did you see? I barely tapped that wall and lost like a lot of health. Yeah, the game's been out a long time. They've added a lot of features. Planets are a thing. I don't like planets too much. I mean, Space Engineers, space. I also like the random exploring in space. I mean, I could roam around on the ground, but boring. Right, is that uranium? We also did something really stupid. Luckily, we kind of know that the ship's over there in that asteroid, but you ideally you don't want to fly away from somewhere without dropping a GPS marker. That's bad. Now we're going to get ourselves some uranium here. Enough to fill the engines up a little bit. Careful not to get disorientated whilst I'm mining though. Yeah, keep checking that. It's just if I get flipped around in space, I might end up thinking that asteroid over there is that asteroid there. Even though they look completely different from a different angle, it's easy to get lost. I should have dropped a GPS marker. Yeah, I'm going to head back now before I end up getting lost. I've got half a backpack full of uranium, which is plenty. I also went out without grabbing any air tanks or hydrogen tanks. Okay, be careful, because we don't want to hit the sides or anything and die. Right, what we'll do is we'll put the uranium in the refinery. That will start refining this uranium ore down into uranium ingots, and those ingots will just get transferred straight into our power supply, or our small reactor. Yeah, it's got a nuclear reactor, a small one. As you can see, the uranium counter is now going up nicely. I am going to drop that GPS marker though. Right, so to drop a GPS marker in space, you just go GPS list up here, click this tab, hit new. Oh, hang on. New from current position. There we go. And we'll delete that one. There we go. Yeah, you click new from current position, and that will drop a GPS marker, as you can see, floating right there next to the ship, so you don't get lost. We want some ice. I think we've got a bit of ice, but never hurts to have more. Really easy to mine ice. Just pick up these stray bits. There we go. Right, and we'll load up the O2 generator. And like any construction game, it's block based, so ooh, unknown signal. It's block based construction, so each of these blocks does something. You've got a gyro there which controls your ability to steer your ship. Thrusters obviously control motion forwards and backwards, but the gyros control your orientation. Obviously you've then got this large block here, which is the refining block. That's how you process raw materials down into ore. Sorry, ore into ingots that you can then use as raw materials to construct pretty much anything. You can build space stations, you can build ground bases, you can arm the teeth out of stuff as well. We probably won't do much of that because it takes time to build like really big ships, and yeah. And hopefully this will be a long old game where you get to see me do lots and lots of things, but it's altogether possible that I'll end up like running into an asteroid while spacewalking at high speed and die. Seriously, this stuff happens all the time. Space Engineers doesn't punish you as hard for death like it won't. Some games, like Subsistence, overwrite your save when you die and stuff like that. In certain difficulty modes, Space Engineers doesn't quite punish you that hard. I mean, it will drop a body location marker, and if you can get back to your body in time, you can find your stuff. When you respawn in, you can often respawn with an entirely new ship like this one. Okay, that's the explanation of the blocks. Let's get back to work. So we need a hydrogen bottle. So you've got these little icons in the corner here, and these tell you what each one is. You've got a little fire icon here for the hydrogen bottle. That will refill the fuel in your jetpack. Let's put the 7K of ice into the O2 generator. Then you've got the oxygen bottles. These all... That's air. In space, you need air. Okay, I think firstly what we'll do is we'll take apart the old ship piece by piece with a grinder. We'll just take the bits that we don't kind of need right now. Don't need that bit. How is that? Yeah, that's all connected that way. So these bits can come out too. Yeah, can't do that bit though. Not yet. Otherwise that's taking the gyro off of the ship, and we may still need to move just in case. We'll keep that on there for the moment. Okay, is there anything else that we can easily remove without affecting the ship too badly? Yeah, I think we'll remove that. Doesn't necessarily need to be on. Okay, let's remove that one as well. And that one. Okay, we'll leave the rest on for the moment. We've got a little bit of stuff in our backpack, so we can start placing down blocks. And then how do we want to fly out? We probably want to fly out that way, don't we? That way or that way? Or in the way we came? Yeah, something like that. And we'll start building it back here. So this will be like the front end. Oh, careful. Don't touch that stuff because you're in space and that's going to float away. We have to be really careful not to tap the structure as we're building it. Right, so we're just kind of getting a floor in at the moment. Something that we can build onto. Yeah, something like that. I'm not keen on building something that's a bit box-like, so we're gonna... Do I build it symmetrical or not symmetrical? I mean, it's space, it really doesn't have to be symmetrical. Yeah, we're gonna go with a non-symmetrical build. I know some of you are like, burn heretic. But we don't need symmetry. We need a kind of efficient design and build, because we've got a lot of stuff that's going to have to go inside. to... Do we want to do it like that? It's a lot more materials, but... Yeah. Sorry, it'll make sense in a sec when, or in an hour or two, once this is sort of halfway built, you'll be like, oh, I see what he did there. Okay, we need lights because it's getting a little difficult to see. There we go. Yeah, so it's not going to be a small ship. And that's a small ship, but we want everything ideally to be inside. Or quite a bit of it anyway. Now we're going to want more iron because we are going to run out of our resources of iron when we're stripping this ship to build this one, because we need to build we need more steel plates, because all of this is built out of steel plate. All of these little blocks that I'm putting in now. Just getting an idea of the floor size here. Is that? Yep, that's perfect. Okay. So you get a general idea of just how big this ship's going to be. I think we're going to have the refinery in here. And a lot of the ship's going to be sort of packed into the back end here. Ship's going to have a big ass. And I think we'll probably have like the doorway or airlock going in here. Yeah. This should sort of work. I might have to expand the back end. I'm going to have to go. Yeah, I'm going to have to oh no! Ah! See, that happened. Got to be so careful. Okay. Yep, we want those. We want that. We want that. We want that. We want that. We definitely want that. Ah, no, come back. But yeah, you've got to be so careful in this game because that can happen to you so easily. It's like you don't actually realise how fast you're going unless you're actively watching your speedo. Obviously distracted by rambling. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... Anyway, where was I? Yeah, taking off the back end. So... yeah, I'm gonna have to make her a little bit longer in the ass. Oh, hound, that's the wrong block. Damn it! Okay, we want the square one. There we go. Right, and that should be enough room for us to have the refinery in the back here, lengthwise like that, which will give us the ability to upgrade it with upgrades. I should probably explain that. Okay, so refineries and assemblers can be upgraded to be more efficient, to do their job requiring less power. So you have these slots on the back of the refinery, and those slots are also present on the assembler, which I think you might be able to see underneath the refinery. Yeah, if you're beside that pipe there, there's the assembler right where my crosshairs are, and you can see another one of those squares there, and there'll be another one over there as well. And if you've got access to those squares, you can build these modules. So you've got the speed module, which means that the device it's attached to does its job faster, so the assembler or the ore refinery will do their job faster. The yield module only affects the ore refinery, but increases the amount of ore you get for each unit of ore you refine. And then you've got the power efficiency module, which reduces the running cost of either the refinery or the assembler. It works on both. So the speed module and the power efficiency module both work on the assembler, but the yield module will not work on the assembler. It's probably an important bit of information for you. So yeah, ideally we want to construct our ship with the refinery on the inside, and that means that we've got to have these 4 squares here, and then if we're facing it side on, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're going to have to make it even longer, because we need the access ports at the rear to be accessible. That wasn't a euphemism, guys. Oh, I nearly did it again. Gotta be so careful. Okay, so you've got an access port here at the rear, and then you've got another one on the other side over there. And obviously our ship needs to be big enough that we can use both access points. So we're actually going to have to add another line of blocks here, because we've got enough room for the refinery to go in here in these 4 blocks, but we need it to go. We need to access the rear access port, and we need to access the forward access port as well. So I think we'll move the refinery back 1 space here so that we can access the port on it from this side. And then we also want to access the port on it from this side as well, for an entirely different reason that you'll see. Plans. I've got a fair idea of what I'm going to build. Okay, and then nope. Yep. There. And there. Oh my god, did I really just do that? I did. Wow. It's because I don't have my lights on. There we go. Okay, it doesn't look too awful. I mean, some of you are going to hate this ship. You're going to be like, it's not symmetrical, and your OCD is going to be triggered. But I really don't care. I'm the one that's got to weld this thing together. I want it to be as small as possible whilst being airtight. That's what I'm going for here. I'm going to go for an airtight design. Because yeah, we want to have things, nice things, you know, like an atmosphere to breathe. That'd be nice. Otherwise, why have an airlock on a ship with 2 doors? Because yeah, we're doing that. We're building an airlock. It's going to be here. See? Door there, going in, door there, going further in towards the ship. Or door into the airlock there, and then door out into space there. You only need 2 doors to build an airlock. You just have to remember to have one door closed all the time when you're going in or out of the thing. Otherwise you just depressurize your ship and it's a waste of O2, and if you haven't put your helmet on you'll probably die. Yeah, that's the thing, you can take your helmet off in space. I'll show you that once we've got a safe place to actually do it. Okay, now we need to give ourselves some definition and a bit of an idea of exactly how this thing's going to look. It's going to be quite high towards the back. And this ship could look stupid and ugly by the end, but we don't know yet. It might be okay. I hope it's going to be okay. I hope it doesn't look like an absolute hideous monster. But even if it does, it's performance that's important, and efficiency of performance. You know, can it go really, 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 really far on almost no fuel? These are important questions, you know. Because technically, this ship is going to be more efficient than that ship. Because we're going to have some fun with the thruster layout. And by fun with the thruster layout, what I mean is we're, rather than having, if you look at this design, you've got 4 thrusters on the back and only 2 thrusters on the front, which means it accelerates twice as fast as it decelerates. But also, whilst it's accelerating, it uses more fuel because you have more thrusters firing at exactly the same time. We won't do that, so we're going to have 2 thrusters at the front and 2 thrusters at the back, which means that we should have a couple of thrusters left over, because obviously we'll use exactly the same setup as this has. So singular thrusters for up and down either side, which means it's got 2 up, 2 down, and then 1 left and 1 right. See that? Either side. So this thing will be slow to strafe, mediocre to terrible accelerating, mediocre to terrible at decelerating. Again, mediocre to terrible going up and down, but it will be terrible efficiently. They'll use fuel in little tiny sips. Now we've got a fair idea of how we want the ship laid out, but we do need to get some more iron. Now, where's that bit that's killed us? Is it that thing there? There's a pokey out bit which murdered us, and I kind of want to drill it. Well, yeah. Here we go. This is probably, isn't it? But okay, now we've picked up quite a bit of iron very quickly. Now we want to get it safely back into the refinery. So how much power do we have? 9.7 kilos of uranium. That's actually quite a bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch that with that, get ourselves some iron ingots, and that'll enable us to build steel plates, because we're going to need a lot of those. We are literally just going to transplant all of the stuff from this ship over to the new ship piece by piece. But obviously, because the new ship's going to be airtight, we need a lot of light armor blocks, and light armor blocks take steel plate to build. We want individual components. Here we go, steel plate. Is it shift? Yeah, here we go. If you click shift and click it, you get more than one. There we go. Right, now we want to start moving this stuff over. Or do we want to weld the... Yeah, I think we should probably weld it first before moving this stuff over. What we also want to do is figure out where we want our vertical and horizontal thrusters to come out as well. So yeah, I think we want one there, and one there. Yeah, that works. Okay, careful. Now we're just going to restock ourselves a little bit. Just filling up our power bar, basically. There we go. Because we're going to use quite a bit of power very shortly, because we're going to start welding and grinding intensively. Okay, that's one thruster. Can we get two? Okay, that's two thrusters in our backpack. Okay, So we need to find thrusters, ion thrusters. They were already on our action bar. Oh dear. Okay. So they're number 6 on the action bar. Right. So what we do is we get them in place, like so. And then because we've got all of the components we need, we literally just weld these suckers straight on. Okay, now we do need to check and see whether we're still assembling or refining. Well, we've still got the refinery going. What do we have? What's in the refinery's inventory? Okay, 795. It's back to refine. Okay, so what we can do is we can use those 795 units and we can craft. So we've got 601. I think we're going to need more than 600. Okay. Might only have enough for a few hundred. That's fine. Okay, so we've got plenty of plate. We're going to have to mine some more iron. Each of these takes quite a few steel plates. 25 steel plates each. I'm hoping we can get more of the materials that we need for this from the ship, but I'm not sure whether we will. We might need to add, yeah, we're going to probably have to mine more iron, but that's okay. Doesn't take long. We've got plenty of ice, we've got plenty of uranium, we've got plenty of iron. Literally, we're surrounded by this stuff. I mean, look at this. Might want to take some gold for this. I don't know whether you guys noticed, but a bit of gold here. Quite a bit of gold. I think there's some magnesium outside as well. That stuff's really handy if you want to make bullets. We probably will want to make bullets. We definitely will want to make bullets. See how much steel plate we've used. Okay, so there's a little bar just above the action bar. It tells you how much inventory space you've got. And we've used up quite a lot of our steel plates. be super careful as we're moving as well, because we don't want to tap this, because once this thing's moving, it ain't stopping. Yep, there we go. We are completely out of steel plate. We only managed to do that much of it with all of that steel plate we had. Still, it's enough for us to get on with. Yeah, we should be able to do something with this. Definitely. Now we want our refinery to finish doing what it's doing before we take it apart. Because we're going to now transplant as much as possible over to the new ship. So these thrusters are all going to come off. I'm going to move these. We probably do want to take that. Again, we're being careful because we don't want to knock this ship now the thrusters. Okay, now we have two. And we want them on the front. So we want one in here. That one there, like that. See, and then what we're going to have that bit of glass that's on the front there, right there, and in much the same way that that's set up, we'll have the command seat right behind it, sitting right there. We don't even have to have the thrusters, like, we can do that. Yeah. We've got thruster symmetry. Okay, so we've got down, left, right. This is what we need. Do we have it on the back? Yes, we do. Okay, and then we can't actually fit the last two on until after we've got some roof on. Need some roofing going on. Definitely. Because I think we're going to want... Do we want them here and here? Probably. We probably do.
Energy low.
Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, we can charge ourselves, that's not a problem. See how quickly that happened? It's because when you're welding, you're using a lot more of your suit's power. Welding and grinding, both of them do that. We can jump in the command chair and we can get our power back, that's not a problem. We should also check our O2 levels, so we've got 15% oxygen left. Oh, do not move. That was stupid. Okay, let's just gently bring it back. Okay, we're going to have to not use that command chair ever again. I think what we'll do is just... safety purposes. There we go. Safety purposes, we're removing it. I can use the med bay to recharge. It's no other problem. Okay, so that's 2 more thrusters. I think we want to do these ones now, probably. Yeah. These 2. Just checking every time to make sure that we're not shaving off something vital and having a bit float away. That would be just depressing. Okay, so we've got ion thrusters, forwards, backwards and down. We need to do left and right and the upwards. But I think we need to move our gyro. Yeah, we're going to have to move the gyro. Anything else that's actually attached to the refinery as well. Okay, we're going to have to move this. But by move it, we're going to put its components away for the moment, because we don't need to have that on the other ship right now. Oh god, I hate working in space. This is horrible. This sense of disorientation is just... ugh. We do want to keep those steel plates. That should be all those components. Where's the O2 generator? There it is. So we put the oxygen bottle back in, it refills, and then we can take it back out. We'll put away the duplicate tools as well. Don't think we're going to need our machine gun just yet. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. There we go. Okay, so gravity generator, that can come out. We're just killing time at the moment whilst our refinery finishes refining down the uranium. Then we can move that over. So I don't want to build any more of the chassis of this thing until I've got some more internal components. where do we want the gravity generator? It can't go over here in the corner. Wait, it can go there though. I want it somewhere forward, but not in the way, if that makes sense. Okay, where are you, Mr. Gravity Generator? You're here somewhere. Okay, search. There we go. So much easier. Okay, so we want you right there. Because obviously this is where the airlock's going to be. So the airlock comes in here. So we're going to need extra block there and an extra block there. Oh well, a half armor block I think. We'll just put that in now actually. It doesn't need to be a full armor block. So like that. Yeah, that's beginning to make some sense. Okay, so one airlock door there, one airlock door there. Super simple. Can we put those in now? Yeah, we've got steel plate, so we can... Okay, so... Ah! Oh. Okay, so it's like that. Yeah, there we go. There's one. There's two. Sometimes you'll work at a weird angle and it doesn't seem to work for you. Okay, so we've got an airlock door there, we've got an airlock door there, and the gravity generator. We really should weld up the gravity generator as well, realistically. What is that? Okay, that's a military mine layer. We don't have to worry about that. Well, we do. We don't want that thing getting... We really don't want that thing getting close to us. Oh, it's going away. Good. There we go. And it's functional. It's also in completely the wrong position. I am so stupid. Okay, we want to be able to access the control panel for it. And as you can see by the placement there, try and access the control panel for it. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so get the gravity generator. Put it there. Right, there we go. You see the control panel, but we want it that side. Yeah, there we go. And then that is not the work. There we go. Our suit energy's getting low again. Welding really tans it. There we go. Yeah, our suit energy's down to 33. Okay. So we'll head back, recharge. Careful. Okay, we're going to recharge upside down just because. I think sitting down in a chair actually recharges slightly faster than the med station, which makes no sense. It's like you'd expect that to be the reverse, you know, you go to the med station and that gives you the best recharge. Nope, it actually takes longer. They really need to reverse that so that, you know, your recharge time in the seat is the speed of the current recharge time from a med bay. And the med bay recharges you as fast as a seat would recharge you. Okay, so gravity generator, doors, thrusters. Please be finished, refinery. Nope, not finished. How much have you got left? Let's take a look. 2,000. Okay. We're going to shut the refinery down. Oh, excuse me. It's that time of year. Autumn. Okay. Shut that down. Inventory. And we'll take that. And we'll take that. Can we move this stuff through the inventory? Yes, we can, into the cargo container. This is handy. Okay, so everything that is connected to that. Okay, so we need to take the gyro off. We can't move the refinery until we've removed the gyro. So now we really have to be careful of our ship. Actually, we need to be careful of both of them. Okay, so the refinery is now not supporting anything. I think. I really hope nothing flies off when I remove that. Okay, now we want, I think, where do we want the gyro? I think if we put it there. Yeah, I'm going to put it just right there. That works. We want it inside again, because the gyroscope outside is just asking to get shot off by a pirate. Okay, so our gyro's in place. Now for the refinery. Now we might have to do this in two sections because I don't think we can carry all of the components to the refinery. It's a lot. Yeah, look at that. It's a lot of steel plate. Okay. Now we want to place it in such a way that it's not retarded. Okay, so production blocks. Here we go. Refinery. Yeah. Something like this. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we'll go and grab the rest of the refinery. Okay, that is the refinery down. So we've got a port on the back here, and what we'll do with that is we're going to use it as a drone port, believe it or not. So the connector is going to get shoved onto the back here, and it'll all be airtight because the connector's there and it's the back end of the refinery. Yeah, we're going to use the connector and the refinery itself as airtight packing on our ship. Okay, we've got all of these ports here where we can use the upgrades, like I said. And then we've got this port here, which is handily up high. And we can use it for connecting and piping in all of the other stuff that needs to be hooked up to the refinery. Because the cargo bay needs to be hooked up to it, the assembler needs to be hooked up to it. Sorry, the cargo containers need to be hooked up. Yeah, you get my meaning. Cargo container, assembler, conveyor, the O2 generator, and the O2 generator needs to be put into a position where we can have it hooked onto the medical bay. We do want to hook it onto the medical bay as well. So ideally we want it all running into one system. It's going to be interesting. But I think we've got more than enough components here to do it. We can cut some corners and we can... because this isn't necessarily the smartest layout. I'm pretty certain with these two blocks here and that conveyor system there we can do it. Obviously we're going to use the cargo container itself as part of the system as well. So the drone that we're going to have is going to be a mining drone, and it is going to attach itself to the back of the ship when not in use via landing pads and the connector. It's going to be a small little thing, one drill, but it's going to save us not having to go into asteroids and drill for ourselves because oh my god, that stuff is dangerous. Seriously, I died in an asteroid. There's no enemy here, nothing shooting at me, and I died. It's because it's dangerous. This is not safe, what I'm doing right now. Right, anyway, this has run into nearly an hour and 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop the recording right here. And I'll make a save here as well. And then I will probably catch you guys later.